Hey, hey. Good day, everybody. Good day. Pastor Al. Good day. Hey, BB. Good day. Good day, y'all. So let me just say right here, right now, that the number one person that popped in, Albert Andrew Sr., better known as Pastor Al. Today is his birthday. So let's give him a shout out today. Happy birthday. Birthday blessings to you, Pastor Al. There you go. Some love from Denise for your birthday. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. You deserve it. All right, y'all. So welcome to Morning Sip with Rev Melissa. And so I did something while the show was opening that I won't do again. while the show was opening, I was doing my jumping jacks. And now I'm a little out of breath. Just a little out of breath. I did do my jumping jacks earlier this morning with my downward dog. And of course, we married that with our affirmation in action, didn't we? Oh, yes, you're very welcome, Pastor Al. Have a wonderful day. Love you. Nan, good day, good day. So here we are. Welcome to Morning Sip with Rev Melissa. I am Rev Melissa, and this is Spirit in Practice. And we are on location in beautiful, sunny Ocean City, Maryland. So I've been having a good time. Y'all been having a good time. I'm here to officiate a wedding this weekend and getting in some self-care and sleep and just all those wonderful things. So we are in our distraction series, right? And we have married our distraction series with the New York Times 10-day Fresh Start Challenge. And today is day 5. How you doing, right? Remember day 1? How are you feeling? So how are y'all feeling today? I'd love to know. Please place it in the chat. And so the answer to that question for me today, how am I feeling, is rejuvenated. Oh, I'm feeling rejuvenated today for a couple of reasons. One, I had the experience of doing flotation therapy yesterday. Has anyone done flotation therapy? It is amazing. It is amazing. So I can't even go into all that it is, but it's amazing. Look it up, flotation therapy. You're in this pod with like 1,000 pounds of Epsom salt, and the salt floats you like you can't sink. You know, it's like floating in the Dead Sea. So you're just floating there, and it's like it's no sounds, it's dark, it's like all your sensory, all that is like gone, and it's just you floating. It feels like in space. In space, right? There's no gravity. It's just an amazing experience. So I highly recommend it. Oh, BB's doing it next week. Okay, next month. All right, BB, you got to tell me where you go, because I have to find some place local, because I have to do this again. And then I'm feeling rejuvenated also because I was a little sick yesterday. I think I ate something that didn't agree with me. And now I'm feeling much, much better that I got it all out. You know what I mean? And so now I'm feeling much better. So I feel rejuvenated today. So how are you feeling? Pamela, optimistic. Denise, relieved. Okay. Feeling engaged and happy, Nan. That's wonderful. Yes, yes, yes. Flotation therapy, Pamela. Flotation therapy. Nan has done flotation and she would like to do it again. It's amazing. I highly recommend it. All right, Tim. You had your shirt on yesterday. Oh, that's wonderful. Tim, you got to send me a picture. Send me a picture so I can add it to the gallery. All right. All right, y'all. So let's get into it. How are you feeling? You're doing an exercise snack with our affirmation in action. Day 3 was all about meditation. Yesterday was ask a connection question. Y'all remember that? Ask a connection question, right? Because connection, when we feel distracted, a good way for us to move ourselves through distraction is to reconnect, right? Or even to ask ourselves a question, right? What is beneath this feeling? What is beneath this feeling of distraction? And as we follow the feeling, we start to peel it back, peel it back, peel it back, and get to the truth, right? And I shared my process of doing that over this week. Okay, so we are at day 5. And day 5 is resist the tech. Thank you, producer. Resist the tech, right? Because we know that technology can be useful, right? Technology is useful. And we also know that technology can also support distraction, right? It's a technology is a very supportive agent of distraction, isn't it? Yes, it is. So let me read some of what the New York Times Fresh Start has to say about this. Resist the tech. So one of the things they say is to practice separating yourself from your phone for periods of time. Some ways to do this is don't check any screen until you've been up for at least a half an hour. And that is really good advice. When you get up in the morning, you don't want to touch your phone first. Because once you touch your phone first, more than likely, you're going to keep touching it and going into other things, which is what I did on Monday when I shared about distractions, right? I all of a sudden had to post something on Facebook. Then I was reading other people's posts. Then I was responding to people's posts. And then before I know it, I'm down the rabbit hole into Facebook, Instagram, and all the social media, YouTube. You have it, right? So if we don't touch our phone the first thing in the morning, we're more than likely will stay engaged in what we are desiring to do, which in the morning, right, for a congregation of joy, what are we doing in the morning? We are doing our morning practice, right? We're doing our morning practice. So don't touch the phone. Practice that. Another thing they say is, why am I doing this? Incoming texts, alerts, emails, and vibrations are a near constant presence in our lives. And these interruptions can take a toll on our mind, our sleep, and our ability to engage in others. One study showed that just the presence of a cell phone in the room made people feel less connected to conversation partners. Just having the phone in the room made people feel less connected. How many of us are at a table having dinner? It could be out or at home with other people, and people are on their phones. Do you feel connected? No, you don't feel connected to them. You feel like, okay, let me go get my phone. That's what most people do. If you see somebody on their phone, you are more likely to go get your phone and get on your phone too. Even if you didn't plan to, even if you wasn't even thinking about it, just because someone else is doing it, you're like, oh, so I have permission, I could do that too, right? So we have to be aware of this, because all of this causes, I can't even say it causes, because it's not the cause. It's not the cause. It's the effect. It's the effect, right? It's the effect. What is going on? What is the cause of this? What is the cause of this, right? What is the cause of this increase in, the word that keeps coming up is distraction, but the increase in seduce, like it's a seduction almost, right? Of staying disconnected, right? And this is not a dump on technology, and it's not a dump on our phones. They are tools that we can use that are useful, right? But what's happening is out of balance. It is out of balance. I challenge you all to go and look at your analytics about how long you stay in a particular app. Go just check and see. How long have I spent on Facebook today? How long have I spent on Instagram today? Whatever, right? Your phone has all the analytics about how long you're on it. You know why? Because it collects it. You know why it collects it? So that it can design more of what you're doing to keep you connected to it, right? It's a habit forming. It's a habit forming. It's a habit forming product. A habit forming product. And so when I was looking into this whole idea, notion of distraction. So those of you who know me know that I love me some HGTV. Oh, yes, I do. And I'd say to myself, okay, girl, you're just going to watch one episode of, let's say, Property Brothers. And then before I know it, I have watched 4 episodes of Property Brothers, right? Why is that? It's like you're in a trance. Sekou and I was talking about this before the show. You turn on the television, and before you know it, you could tell yourself, I'm only going to watch this one thing. And before you know it, you're watching and watching and watching and watching because it's designed that way, right? All of technology, our smart televisions, our smartphones, all this stuff is smart because it's getting smart about you. It's getting smarter about how you're interacting with it. It's getting smarter about what you're looking at, what you're buying, right? Who you're talking to, what you're talking about. We've all had that experience. We're talking about something, and then the next thing we do, we go on our phones, and there it is, right? You go on YouTube, there's an ad for it. You go on Facebook, there's an ad for it. The very thing that you were talking about, right? Just talking about. You hadn't Googled or anything. You was just talking about it. And there it is, right? So the technology is designed this way. It is customizing distractions designed just for you, just for me, right? Just for me. So the way we get pulled in is not by mistake, it's by design, right? So we have to be conscious of what we're choosing to focus on, right? And one of the best ways we could set ourselves up is to not go for the phone the first thing in the morning and to not go to the phone before we go to bed. Don't go to the phone before you go to bed. Okay, there's something in here I wanted to read about the blue screens. Okay, in the bed, this is a suggestion they're making. Get a real alarm clock. You all remember alarm clocks? Way back in the olden days, we used to have alarm clocks before we had these phones, right? Get a real alarm clock and charge your phone or tablet in another room overnight. It's a lot easier to resist your tech when it's not within an arm's reach. Getting tech out of the bedroom is a proven way to help you sleep better. The blue light from your screen has the same effect on your brain as sunlight, which means it wakes you up just when you want to be drifting off. Can you imagine the same effect as sunlight? Put up those pictures from this morning. This morning, last night I said, well, I want to wake up to the sunset, the sun rising. There's the sun rising, y'all. Do y'all see that light that's coming through the sun? Look at those rays. The sun rays, y'all, that's the sun rising. This article is saying that the blue light from our phones has the same effect on our brains as that light, as sunlight, right? Designed to wake you up, right? To get you up and going. Yes? So if you're grabbing your phone before you go to bed, you're working against your natural instinct, which is to start to wind down and go to bed and go to sleep, right? So now your brain is like, okay, I guess we're supposed to be awake now. Look at the light. Look at the light, right? So that's something that is totally within our choice, right? We can choose. I see you, Linda. We could choose to get an alarm clock like Linda did, right? and charge the phone in a different room. It takes practice, right? I know some folks, I coach folks, and I say, listen, no more phone the first thing in the morning. Sleep the phone in another room. Don't touch your phone for at least an hour in the morning. They're like, get heart palpitations. What? What? Can I just check the weather? Really? Do you really need to know what the weather is before you do your morning practice? Really? I don't think so. I don't think so. You want to know what the weather is? Look out the window. How about that? How about that? You can check it later, right? But just the thought of it, right? How many times have we, this just happened to me the other day, but this was an extreme case. But I was leaving to come here, and my husband drove me to the train station, and I'm getting ready to get on the train. I take out my phone to do my ticket and realize I don't have my phone. I left my phone home. So my mind said, do you really need your phone? And then immediately, like, yes, girl, you need your phone. You're going to be away for 4 or 5 days. You need your phone. Go get your phone, right? Like in a panic. So I had to go back home, get my phone and all of that, right? So that's extreme. How many of us just one day, we're going to be back home that same day, forget our phone home, might even be on the train already. We'll get off the train and turn around and go back home. In the car already, halfway to our destination, realize we forgot our phone, turn around, go home and get the phone. We're going to be back home in a couple of hours, right? But Lord forbid we leave the phone, right? So it's designed that way. We're not crazy. It's designed that way. It's a habit forming product. It is the science behind this is very connected to how our brain waves work, right? So I was looking into this. It's fascinating, right? So our brain waves, right? Beta is awake, delta is asleep, theta is like when you're in and out of sleep, and alpha is like the highest state of learning. It's where you're most susceptible to suggestion, right? It's where you're really, really relaxed. Your awareness is very relaxed, right? It's that state you go into when you're in deep meditation. Did you also know that's the state that you go into when you're watching television? It's like being in a trance. So the science, when they make these devices for us, has designed in the mechanisms that will trigger the theta waves in your brain so that you become more susceptible to what is coming through the television, right? Suggestion, right? Oh, it's deep, y'all. It's deep. Yes, man, it's important to know this. Some of us just think, oh, let me just turn it off. It's designed to keep you engaged. So we have to be vigilant. It's another opportunity for us to practice being vigilant, to make conscious choices of how we're going to spend our time, right? Are we going to be distracted and then add on other distracting factors, other distracting things like the phone, like the TV? You know, are we going to keep going down that rabbit hole of distraction? Distraction starts from within. Where from within? Where is distraction? Distraction starts from within. So where do we come back into focus? Where do we connect? Within. We start within. We start within, right? We start within. So the brain waves, all of that is working just as it's designed to. And we can come into the consciousness of knowing and choosing, okay, what do I want to be in a trance about? Do I want to be in a trance about this new car? Or do I want to be in a trance about my life? Do I want to be in a trance about, my gifts? What do I want to be in a trance about? Right? What do I want to spend my time imagining? What suggestions do I want to place into my subconscious mind, right? Not the latest, whatever that's being sold, right? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It's all marketing to make us good little consumers. Absolutely. Absolutely. But you know what? What are we consuming? We get to choose. We get to choose. We're not a victim in this. No one is doing anything to us. Everybody is doing their job, right? Everybody's doing their job. The phone companies, the technology companies, everybody's doing their job. And so we have our work to do too, right? So we can choose to resist the technology. And I really don't like that the New York Times named it that, resist the tech. I don't like that at all, because we know resistance is futile. Resistance is futile. You want to make a conscious choice. We're not fighting against technology, right? It's a tool that we can use, or it's a tool that we can misuse, right? So what's that saying? Whatever you resist persists, because you keep thinking about it because you're thinking you need to resist it. So what I'm inviting us to do is to make conscious, wise choices for ourselves, choices that connect us into that which we already are, right? Like the ocean said to me yesterday, I am the ocean. I am vast, I am whole, and I am complete. Yes? Get into a trance about that. When I saw the sunrise this morning, the sun said to me, I am rising and shining. How about you? I said, sun, I'm rising and shining too. And there you have it. Let's get in a trance. Let's get in a trance on that. Yes? All right, y'all. All right. So that is day 5, distraction, resist the tech. I'll come up with another word tomorrow. I'll send an email to New York Times telling them, watch your words, New York Times. All right, y'all. All right. So I'm Rev Melissa, y'all. I am an ordained interfaith minister, religious science practitioner, and purpose coach. And my ministry of joy is supporting people in living life in joy, connected to their yes. Connected to their yes. So if you need support with anything, right? If you are in resistance to your life, if you are in a trance on the things that you do not want, reach out to me, DM me, and we can set up some time to talk. All right. So let's get into some joy news. All right, y'all. So, Sunday. I know y'all all been waiting in anticipation about who this special guest host is on Sunday for Living Life in Joy, 10:30 a.m. Eastern. All right, I'm going to give y'all a hint. He recently ran 2 5Ks back to back. There's your hint. Who is it? So while you think about that, I'm going to go on and let's see who gets the right answer first. Put it in the comments. There's your hint, y'all. He recently ran 2 5Ks back to back. All right. Save the date, y'all. Meditation with the Moon, May 26th, 4 a.m. Eastern Time. Denise, you said Obama. Girl, I got somebody better than Obama. What? Say cool, you got it. Say cool. Yes, Nan, you were right. It is say cool. Simone, you're right. It is say cool. And Lindsay, you are right. The hero guy. Yes, you're all right. Yes, Vanessa, you got it. The producer. So this is going to be a little different, y'all, because Say Cool got the whole show. So this is, can I say this is kind of like your little debut? Yes. So he's going to give a talk, y'all. So y'all come, you'll support him. My congregation of joy, you need to hold Say Cool down on Sunday. All right. All right. I know you're going to be here. I know you're going to be here. So I'm excited about that. My co-host, my producer, my purpose partner, Sekou writes, the guest host this Sunday, Living Life in Joy. And so, I'm on location here in Ocean City doing a wedding this weekend. So Sekou is filling in and he got my back always. So you're tuned in for that. Don't forget May 26th, Meditating with the Moon. It's a full moon, flower moon, and there's a lunar eclipse. So that's all going to be divine. We do a spiritual practice together, and registration is open right now. bit.ly Full Moon Joy. You get your Zoom link after you register. All right. You can support my Ministry of Joy in many ways. You can support by purchasing a Joy Line merchandise, which are my Sip Joy mugs, which I say are almost 2 cups of joy, 2 ounces, 2 cups of joy that you can sip on throughout the day. My mugs, my t-shirts, Live Life in Joy and Connect to Your Yes. They're in long sleeve and in short sleeve, and also the Joy socks right there. Go to Etsy, iamrevmelissa, and make your purchase there. You can support by getting the word out about Morning Sip on YouTube. So you can support by subscribing to the YouTube channel, liking, putting a comment in, and sharing that with your circle. You can support by listening to my podcast, Sit with Rev Melissa, available on most podcast platforms, Spotify, Apple, all that good stuff. You can also support by love offering. You can give at Venmo or Cash App at iamrevmelissa. All right. So let's check in with Sekou and see if he has anything he wants to share before we wrap up the show today.
No pressure.
No pressure.
I gotta pull up this comment. This made me laugh out loud. Look at Simone talking about I ran with him in my mind. That made me laugh out loud back here. So shout out to all the people giving me shout outs. I appreciate it. And before I forget, I want to shout out Nan, because she came up with an idea for hero hoodies. I'm not going to steal her thunder by announcing it, but thank you, Nan, for reminding me that the whole purpose of the beginning of me popping on was to talk about hero hoodies. And now it's gone off with this other thing while Sekou speaks. So thank you for helping me get back on purpose. And I will continue to add my words of wisdom here and there, but I am continuing to do the work of hero hoodies. And I've got some ideas coming up for next month. And I want to keep doing that work. We're over 100 hoodies donated to the unhoused. And my plan is to keep pushing with that. So thanks for the reminder to get back on track. So all that said, I had so many things I want to respond to about the SIP. So many things. So as usual, I'm just going to choose one thing. And you talked about the sunlight thing, which was really deep. Like the fact that the blue light imitates the sun. Like that can't be accidental. It can't have just happened to be mimicking the sun, right? So there's layers to this. There's layers to this. So anyway, there was a thought leader named Tom Bilyeu who basically was going nowhere in his life, and then he transformed his life significantly, such to the point where he's a billionaire now, a billionaire, right? And his attitude about personal development is very aggressive. Like he said, he had to be aggressive with himself. And this is kind of the guy that I follow a lot, him and Eric Thomas. And so what he does is he has a sweets addiction. Who else has a sweets addiction? Who else has a weakness for sweets, right? For cookies specifically. All right. So what he will do is he will go to a cookie store and stand in the cookie store and smell all the smells and look at all the cookies and then leave without getting the cookie. Like that's how he builds up his resistance. He goes to boot camp. Now, the reason I mention this is because I decided at some point during the pandemic that I was going to go against the tide of don't touch your phone first thing in the morning. Mm-hmm. And my goal is to touch my phone and go straight to my Kindle app and read my morning meditation, to go to my meditation app, to go to all of my things that facilitate my morning practice and ignore everything else. Now that is boot camp. That is hard to reach for the phone and ignore all the other things and go straight to what I need for me. So there are other ways to remix it to your benefit. Whatever works for you is whatever works for you. You just got to figure out what works. And there are days when I fail. There are days when I'm not gonna lie, when I pick up that phone and I'm like, oh, 20 minutes later, I gotta get back on track. And so I'm gonna say that, and then the final thing I'm gonna say is, as Reverend Mel mentioned, there are metrics within each app to tell you how long you spend on the app. But you got to look for them because they don't want to just give that information up easily. So you will have to dig down deeply. And I know that in the Instagram app, you have to go like 4 layers down to get to it. But you'll be surprised. I asked someone to check hers, and it came up with 5 hours per day that she was spending on the app. Like, imagine when you say you don't have time for something, it's possible to spend 5 hours of fractional time, a minute here, 30 seconds there. You can accumulate that time in the course of a day, and you can use that time for something that's important to you. So know your numbers and remix those numbers and push them towards something that's of benefit to you. So
yes. Thank you, Sekou.
I'll see you guys on Sunday.
Yes. Thank you. All right, y'all. All right. I will see you all on Monday, but y'all will see Sekou on Sunday. I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. BB, I hope you're having a wonderful time out there with Vanessa. And I know, Vanessa, you love having your sister there. And I got to get out there soon. I got to get out there still. So everyone, thank you for being with me today on Morning Sit with Rev Melissa. We're going to keep it going. It is a 10-day fresh start challenge. So we will keep it going. We might switch up from distraction and marry it with something else on Monday, but we'll see how it goes. So peace and blessings, everybody. Peace and justice. We're living life in joy, connected to our yes.